I'm a person who has really struggled in my life. I've really struggled with alcoholism, with impulsive decision-making. I've struggled with PTSD, anxiety. Ayahuasca originally just helped me change my life. I'm Rich Mulder. I'm from Oklahoma, and I work as a coach in a lot of different capacities. These were my 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th ceremonies with ayahuasca. Ayahuasca originally just helped me change my life about 2.5 years ago. I ended up getting, sober. I found so much healing in the medicine, and it kind of just like opened up a door for me to walk through. And recently, I've kind of looked at my life, and I've realized that like there is no summit of the mountain. There's just the mountain always to keep walking up. So I'm just looking for reassurance and confidence and maybe a little bit of guidance as I continue to kind of like grow into that. Ayahuasca is a practice of mine now, and it will be for a long time. It helps me kind of like maintain this like gentle discipline with myself as I kind of grow up.
You're coming from a path of self-discovery, self-healing, walking the summit, right? What does it mean to walk the talk?
Yeah, that's something I've kind of considered my whole life. It's always been very important to me. I think that's like the one universal tenet of leadership is leading by example. I was in the military. I'm a West Point grad. I've done a lot with my life. I've had a lot of eyes on me before, and that comes with a lot of pressure, and it comes with a lot of kind of baggage sometimes. And so I think figuring out how to show yourself grace within that, that kind of helps with it. But yeah, walking the walk is like the hardest thing. But I think it's probably the most sorely needed thing. We have so many people that talk nowadays, and I think it's probably always been like that. It's just more evident maybe now. Just online, people talking all the time, and these opinions that are not often educated, and it's, and just judgment everywhere. So many people talking, but very few people are willing to stand up for what they believe in, or willing to put their money where their mouth is, because it's really hard. And so if it was easy, everyone would do it. So yeah, I think it's incredible to be here with a group of people who are willing to do it. And so finding community in that, finding kind of that balance between grace and effort, it's tremendous.
How did you hear about Soltara?
I think I probably heard about Soltara when I was at La Medicina in Peru, and so it's kind of just been on my radar. And it's funny, La Medicina is kind of like a more stripped down, I wouldn't call it harsh, but like a more stripped down experience. And I wanted to take this trip with a few of my friends, and we really had our sights on this for quite some time. I think we planned it for like 9 months, and Soltara kind of came across as this like place of beauty, and I thought this would be a really cool kind of like vessel for us to kind of grow together as a group of guys. It's always so hard to put into words what an experience with ayahuasca is. I think probably like the experience that kind of comes to mind is I had this moment where it was just, in this place where I was experiencing everything all at once, all of these feelings of comfort, discomfort, love, and fear, and like all these different things. And it was just the most beautiful thing, like this place of non-duality. And I was like, how do I describe this? And I was like, oh, there's a word for it already. It's everything. And there's just one word. I mean, the facilitators have been amazing, just super authentic. Like every interaction here was authentic between the other people participating in the ceremonies, the facilitators, just the Shipibo, the maestros, even the staff. Everyone was so authentic and so willing to go the distance. It was gorgeous. and beyond that, in just the facilities and just like the location of this place is serene. You wake up every morning and you hear the waves crash in, and it's just so peaceful. It's a beautiful kind of like bubble away from everything else, where you can just focus on yourself and focus on what you need, whatever that is for you. And it looks different for every single person.
If there is one thing that you will be bringing back to your life after this experience, what would that be?
There's a lot of things, but if there's one thing, I received this really amazing affirmation of the work I've been doing in my personal life. And I've really struggled with alcoholism, I've struggled with impulsive decision making, I've struggled with PTSD, anxiety, but since finding ayahuasca, it's really kind of given me these tools to really bolster my personal life, my professional life. And that's not to discount the spirituality that it's given me as well, which is really important. And I feel like I kind of had this like hole inside of me maybe. And I was never expecting to find that through these experiences, but yeah, I filled it with God, and it was really, really powerful for me. So I kind of like this particular experience, I kind of like lifted up the curtain of the firmament or the universe, and I kind of like took a peek, and I was like, okay, that's still there, that's amazing, and I put it back down. And then I just kind of, received all of this really powerful affirmation energy to take back with me and continue to practice in my normal life.
If there is a message that you could give to yourself in those moments when you were struggling and you couldn't find a way, what would that be?
Gosh, I think it's the same message always, just keep going and get back up. And, actually it would be a little bit more nuanced, I think, and it wouldn't just be keep going, because I've been very good at that. It would actually be to like slow down, take a look around, and like maybe find the better route before you keep going. Like, don't be afraid to slow down. It's like sometimes I'm like swimming so hard in this river and going as fast as I can and as hard as I can. But if I would have just stopped and like hung on to a tree for a second and like looked around and found like a better current to swim in, I can still swim just as hard in that current, but I'm gonna go there, 5 times faster because it's a much better current. So I think like, you don't always just have to slam up against the wall over and over and over. You can slow down and find a different way and keep going that way.
What gives you courage in life?
Wow, I don't know. It's a great question. I think like my experiences have given me courage because I've faced a lot of hard things, and but I think before that, I think my parents gave me courage, and they gave me the, I guess, the ability to do hard things. And gosh, they were like any other parent, right? Like being a parent is really hard, and they had their flaws just like we all do, but they protected me. They protected me when I was a kid, and because they protected me, and there's so many people who were not protected when they couldn't protect themselves. Because they protected me, they just kept pushing me slowly into doing all of these like very difficult, very wonderful, very not so wonderful things, like all that span the whole spectrum. And I look back at those experiences and I can definitely draw courage from that. And sometimes like that little voice in your head kind of barks at you a little bit and says, like that imposter syndrome creeps up, but it's pretty hard after you walk the walk, I guess, like long enough. It's pretty hard to sit with that imposter syndrome and take it as fact. It gets a little bit easier to kind of realize that that's just like ego trying to protect you from failing, and if you fail, that's okay too. yeah, so I think it's a combination of all that.
You say that you work as a coach and you hold these spaces and circles for brothers and sisters out there in the world. Is there something that you received from the medicine yourself that you are bringing into your work of encouraging others and holding space for others while they grow and heal?
Yeah, patience and energy, for sure. I've always had that drive to, I guess, like help people, serve people, be with people. That's always kind of been in me, but I haven't always been patient. I haven't always been forgiving. I haven't always been kind, and I'm still not perfect. I'm far from it, but it lets me kind of like see that as it's happening, like real time. I can reflect all the time, you know, how I can do better and how, not necessarily that I failed, but just how can I do better sometimes. And so bringing a different energy into those spaces, it's just so much different now than when I was younger, and just kind of like hot-headed and boisterous and trying to, like, you know, assert myself all the time because I feel like I had something to prove. I feel like now there's just like a patience that comes with this sort of practice that really, really I find beneficial, and I think other people do too.
Did you feel safe at Soltara?
100%. Yeah, this was everything from, it was just so well thought out. There were people, whether it was facilitators in the Maloka, just like being very quiet and intentional about every movement was really important. I felt like, because that's a big part of it too, is feeling safe in your experience, that you can really commit to it. I mean, coming outside of the Maloka, and there's people helping you with like a red lens, showing you the path, and because ayahuasca ceremony can get a little chaotic sometimes with all the stuff going on, but it didn't feel chaotic. It felt very much controlled and safe. And then of course, you know, just on the grounds, everything, like I said before, it's like this bubble here. And it felt very much away from everything. It was a perfect container.
Is there something that surprised you about the Shipibo tradition, about the maestros?
So this is the second time that I've sat with Shipibo, and I just think there's like Shipibo, and then there's everyone else and everything else. But I mean, that's just me. This Javier, this maestro, was like just so remarkable. He just had this endurance that was wild. I've never, like, I was struggling to like sit up straight for, you know, a few hours and work with all this, and he just brought this energy every single time for, like, you know, whatever it was, 4 or 5 hours, I don't know. And his voice was just incredible. His Icaros were just like really tremendous for me. And I think that has a little bit to do with just where I am kind of energetically as well. Yeah, he was just something else. And the way he closed his arcana was just really, really, really special. Thank you.